What's going on, my pro wrestling smokers? Yeah, you thought I was going to let a week go by and we don't do pro wrestling smoke. So welcome to Pro Wrestling Smoke, the pro wrestling podcast side of the STO Podcast Family. You know, I am Ollie Pounder Check. You know who the sponsors are for this wonderful, wonderful show. First up, Pass That Apparel. Next up, SmokeKind.com. After that, SurgeCBDs.com. Use my promo code BOBBIE to get 10% off your next and or first order from SurgeCBDs. That's BOBBIE for SurgeCBDs.com. Also, I will be, we have a new sponsor, actually. So that will be announced next week. I got to check into it, look into it a little bit. You can see I'm understanding how it works, and then we're going to go from there. You feel me? And see if we can get y'all to buy some of this shit. And also, do not forget about the other parts of the podcast family, STO, the Smokers Lounge, and for the grown and sexy, the risque side of the podcast family, the Premium Smoke Room, which I will put up the QR code for you later on in the show. So what's going on, people? Let me get this coffee. Yeah. I'm off this weekend. I looked up and was able to request off months in advance, not realizing that All In was going to be this weekend, not realizing so much wrestling is going to go down, as well as college football is back because we'll have some college football games. So, and yeah, I'll be free all Saturday and Sunday. So it's going to be beautiful. Yeah. So, because of course, we have All In, which I'm going to preview and have my predictions. We also have NXT Heatwave, which is supposed to be Sunday at 3. And then, of course, the AAA, they having an event as well. Now, I just find it funny how I know everyone's going to see and say, man, that's messed up that WWE try to kind of program in it, you know, the AEW All In London and people. Let's talk about it because it was news that supposedly ESPN was upset and wants to get out the deal with WWE, which that deal ain't going to be up for another, 4 years? Because they in there for years. Let me make this clear. Remember when y'all kept wondering, is WB going to get rid of AEW? Y'all still waiting for that news to be made, huh? Y'all still waiting on whether or not they might be renewed by the WB. Y'all, how many times y'all predicted TNA to go extinct? I'm waiting. Is ESPN losing money with WWE? No. Actuality, the only way they even fuck with WWE is because TKO, UFC, and well, why not? We deal with every up. We got NFL, we got MLB, we got the NBA, the WNBA, we got MLS, we got college basketball, college football, college baseball, college lacrosse, college field hockey. Why not have pro wrestling? Now, also, it's funny how everyone just skipped over the buy rate that they were talking about with AEW, that how many people watch AEW, that they watch about 500,000 watches it on HBO Max. Didn't I fucking tell you, you dumbass fuckers, that when y'all was hearing those TV numbers, they don't mean shit because motherfuckers are actually subscribing to Max and Prime and getting the Max extension to watch AEW. Yes. ESPN is not making any money from WWE. Max and WB is making money from AEW. Why? Because I just paid $39.99 for a pay-per-view on Max. I can watch any WWE pay-per-view, including SummerSlam or WrestleMania, for fucking free, long as I have the app. Which people ain't just getting the app for WWE, they're getting it for ESPN, NFL, NBA, and all that. Guaranteed, they're not even the most watched on the platform. It's probably First Take. So yeah, they're losing money. Now, is they unhappy with the WWE? Possibly not. I don't necessarily think that they are. Because one, for them to get out their contract, that means they have to buy the contract out. They're tapped. They have been making cuts to goddamn Marvel Studio. So we know they tapped. They cut motherfuckers at ESPN. So the problem is that ESPN is only getting the pay-per-views. And what? There's only, two of them? Now, because ESPN, okay, in my honest opinion, I know what y'all saying. Okay, Bob, cut through the shit. Do you think the ESPN is a little bothered by WWE right now? Actually, yeah. Two things can be true. That no, the internal people never said that it wasn't necessarily happy to WWE. But is there probably rumblings that ESPN is not feeling this partnership? Yeah, because you want to know why? Originally, NXT still was going to be on Peacock because Saturday night's main event was going to be on Peacock. All of a sudden, now, neither one is going to be on Peacock. And if you don't have CW, meaning you don't have cable, if you have the ESPN app, you can watch NXT, pay-per-views and all. Why not just keep it on CW? Why put it on ESPN? Because ESPN is feeling like they are not getting their money's worth. So we pay you fuckers for what? Maybe 1, 2 pay-per-views a month. Wow, USA got SmackDown. NXT has Raw. So guess what they did? NXT is now ESPN. There you go. At some point, they're going to end the contract with CW. No. They ain't going to end it. They're not going to end the contract with CW. I take that back. The CW is still going to be there, but NXT is also going to be aired on ESPN moving forward. So they're going to be aired on both ESPN for the people that can't watch CW and don't want to wait till the next day to watch it on the app. So now I can watch on ESPN. And if my internet and my Samsung TV can stand it, I can watch it on replay. Now, what would make them happy is if we got the SmackDown or the Raw, but we know SmackDown and Raw is not coming on there. ESPN wanted one of the shows. Ultimately, they wanted one of the shows. They probably sit there and say, okay, look, y'all got to give us something more than these goddamn pay-per-views. The fuck? You got to give us more than something to pay-per-view shit. So why anyone look surprised when the news came out? Now, here's the funny part. We never heard news that WB wasn't happy with AEW But funny how we heard news pop out supposedly that ESPN is not happy with WWE. And like I said, do I believe that some of that is true? Probably so. Do I think that they're not happy with ESPN now? Yeah. That's why WWE, ESPN not happy with WWE. Yeah. Why? Because you basically now have NXT on 2 platforms. None of the ones that y'all listen to thought about that. Me. I thought about that. I gave you that thought process. So you can tell them if they say that shit, they'll be like, well, we heard it first on Pro Wrestling Smoke. See, that's the reason why I say at the end of the day that what y'all have to understand and people have to understand is that when it comes to business, that is what's going on. ESPN gets a lot of football. The NCAA tournament, the women's NCAA tournament, probably, if I'm correct, some of the playoffs, college football games, all this shit. And the only thing we get is 2 pay-per-views, and y'all run weekly shows. This ain't y'all not boxing like y'all have fights every few months. No, y'all a weekly ran WWE wrestling promotion TV show, and all we getting is pay-per-views, 2, maybe 2, or just 1. No, it's not equal. And I'm pretty sure they got an issue with it. So there you go. So I do believe, but it's just funny how ain't no one said shit about that 500,000 on the app. So if you take what they're doing on TV and combine that with HBO Max, they are getting over 1 million viewers a week, if not close. I told y'all, them being on the app is the best thing for them. And the fact that, guess what, WWE? People do pay for pay-per-views in this day and age. It wouldn't surprise me if ESPN look at WWE and be like, ain't y'all gonna make these motherfuckers pay for WrestleMania? Because you still got to join the HBO Max app in order to get the pay-per-view for discount. Which means that all these motherfucking apps is about to go the fuck up, because I'm pretty sure that we already heard Netflix might be going up. Heard the ESPN going up. Who else? ESPN, I heard they going up. Yeah. It's gonna come a point where shit, dude, you paying 50 and you got ads in it. I want to go be the next thing after the apps. I'm just saying, it's crazy. Rest in peace to Enjoy Wrestling, which is funny as fuck. I started to check out some of their shows on YouTube. They are folding up. The last show they did was the last show that they did. Sad. This is the second wrestling promotion and that I've seen has folded. Deadlock Pro, now this one. And I remember what Jim Cornette was saying, how hard it is to run one of these things. And when your money is based off attendance, if you ain't bringing them in, and also you talking about getting some of the top indie guys or even some of the top, guys that's not WWE, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I commend 5 Star Pro and even Ashe for them to continuously give us shows. you know. So much love to Enjoy Wrestling. I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep this stuff on YouTube. I probably check it out, you know what I'm saying? To see what y'all working with, kind of like, but damn, it's kind of crazy that, you know, as soon as I get into one, I'm like, oh shit, let me check out this Enjoy, because, you know, Darius Carter and my boys, the main event, the hold all the gold. And Jordan Blade is on the team with him, you know. So speaking about Indy, you know what time it is, people. Yeah. Y'all already know what's coming up next. Now, this will be next Sunday. Thank you, Darius, for picking a Sunday that ain't shit going on other than college football. This is it. And they got the card early. And it's a stacked card. Now, it was announced that Jocelyn Navarro, the gorgeous and beautiful and sexy Jocelyn Navarro, Jamaican strong style, will be returning to ASE. Let's go ahead and get that applause, right? Now, we don't know who is going to be her opponent. Now, this probably going to be a part of the pre-show. First of all, hold on. Let me find that goddamn girl. Hold on. Let me take a look at Miss Jocelyn. Hold on. Let's cut to the chase, show. I need to go look at I got to look at Mama real quick. Hold on. Okay, look. Can we please wear that outfit? Can we please wear that outfit? I'm just saying. She's looking like a goddamn snack in this shit. I'm sorry, people. Look at her. Looking like a... Damn. And I'm sorry. Mercedes Monet asked who should she rather bring up. If you don't bring this sexy Jamaican motherfucking drink of chocolate to fucking AEW just to have a match with you, and we gonna fight, Mercedes. I'm just saying. This him. Jocelyn is delightful. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I will be reposting the interview that I did with this sexy lady on the new profile for the Pro Wrestling Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Please, if you're listening on YouTube, if you see it on Facebook or what have you, please go on there, listen to the shit, like it. Come on, let's go. Because, like I said, I want to feel good that I try to separate the podcast, you know, so that they don't think that they're going to be mixed in with the porn stars. It's a whole nother page. So maybe that's the reason why y'all fuckers don't want to come on my show. Thank you, Johnson, for coming on. That's why I'm re-releasing it. But can we look at her a little bit longer? I got to go see these motherfuckers live. I'm sorry. She's my wife in my head. Okay. Now, back to what I was saying. She has been announced, so she will be in the building for that show. Hold on. For that show. So now, as of right now, we have In the main event, it would be the steel cage match, first ever steel cage match in ASE, as the All-Father Darius Carter will be going against his longtime, decade most hated rival, the business Billy Dixon. We will have our nephew and cousin, the gifted one, Yaya, will be defending his newly won ASE Men's Championship against Bojack and Willie Mack in a 3-way match. For the ASE Women's Championship, we will have a rematch because the first match is thrown out. Now, I don't know how they're going to contain this because it literally became a falls count anywhere in the arena, and I think they need to go ahead and put that rule up there because I supposed to be these two massive beauties are going to keep this in the ring. Let's think again. So it's going to be Charity King defending the title against the Cannibal, the sexy Cannibal, Savannah Evans. Finally, we get the Pan-African Diaspora World title recognized by Wrestling Illustrated. As the champion, Shook D will defend against the problem, Isaiah Broner. Like I said, next week, I will preview this whole card and give you my predictions, full breakdown, and thoughts on each match. So I'm not doing that here because, damn it, we're a week out. We're 2 weeks out. No. Finally, match 3. First one was at Dead Pro. The second one was in ASE. Now this is the third one. As Cedric Alexander, who lost the exhibition title to my nephew, Leon Slater, who's probably coming in a bad mood, will go against his rival, LeBron Cozone. Both of them will be flanked by Dante Khalif on Cedric Alexander's side and Manny Lowe, Soulfly Manny Lowe on LeBron Cozone's side, which, if y'all been paying attention at MLW, you've been seeing a lot of Manny Lowe lately. And also, I see Cozone's about to go into a feud with the Gallus boys. So I'm looking forward to that because that's going to be some hard shit. The tag titles will be defended in their second defense, and it's 2 out of 3 falls. The champions of the other game will defend against the top shooters. I told you the black Briscoes. Then we have a singles match. Jordan Blade will be in the corner of Janai Kai. I'm curious about that. Are they clicking up? Or they about to be a team? Are we going to see them later on tonight mess up the women's championship match? Because Jordan Blade still have to get her receipt back from Savannah Evans. Oh, by the way, I forgot. My wife in my head, Big Mama Flex, will be in the corner of Shook D. I know she's going to look so damn sexy. Some tell me that actually Jocelyn Navarro is going to wrestle Big Mama Flex, Alexis Littlefoot. One, because you already got Broner going to wrestle your boy, so it would make sense if Jocelyn meets Alexis. So I think Alexis probably be the one that she will wrestle, but we'll see because no telling who they're going to have. But anyway, Janai Kai will be going against debuting the Little Blue Robin, Tootie Lynn. And then, of course, the match that everyone's probably looking forward to, grudge match, like my blunt. Creep, Poppy, Ray and Tayers against the ageless one, Caprice Coleman. Young Buck versus OG. Let's go. So that is the card, the final card. it will be in Bloom Studio this go around. The last time was at the last show was at a middle school. This one is back in Bloom Studios. I am stoked for this one. I'll be watching it next Sunday, probably after I get off work. I'm just saying, after I get off work, because, yeah, there you go. So now, let's talk some WWE, shall we? Before we get into these previews. Can we sit here and say Royce Keys and OTM? Let's go. I was wondering what they were going to do with Royce Keys, because I know War Games coming up and so forth. He got completely decimated. Actually, he was bitch slapped, literally. We're sitting here watching the match. Okay, first of all, Solo Sikoa, I love when your boy say, "Here's your warning shot." Solo like, I'm sorry, he purposely trying to make his brothers laugh. No, I am sorry. I think he purposely tried to make his brother and them laugh. I truly believe that shit. I know he's the funniest motherfucker in the locker room. You can't tease him because he'll scold your ass out. But they had their match, and all of a sudden, Royce Keys come out of nowhere and take out both Jey Uso and Solo. OTM hits the ring. Now, I know everyone was saying, well, ain't OTM and NXT. Actually, not only that, Blanco supposed to be part of Perro de Mal. Well, they cleared that up because the last AAA show, he lost to Penta and got beat down by Perro de Mal and kicked him out of the group. Which, someone, I don't know who it was Angle or whomever, he has no ties to Perro de Mal. Everybody has ties to Perro de Mal, either they were in it at one point or they have family. But then you can say the same thing about Petrovich. But I get it because they had a blonde girl and it was Tanya Valkyrie. Yeah, I get it. Okay. They didn't have a messenger. They had to have a foreigner. A gringo. Gringo caliente. That's how they do say Vampiro. Vampiro caliente. The national news. Vamos y caballeros. It's just like when it like the announcer be saying a lot of shit when they be coming down to the ring. It be like, I be wanting to wish somebody would translate that shit. Like, what are he saying? I'm like, the Americans just say one fall and shut up and just let them come in. Or they announce him come to the ring and that's it. They're not. He like he announcing all his accolades. His mother was teacher of the year. His uncle was the policia commissioner, and in 5th grade he won spelling bee. El Camon. Come on. So they kicked him out. Then of course I saw Lucien. He ends up losing his match. And of course your boy came and they dapped back up. Clearly they said there was a connection between them two and Royce Keys in the hood, as they said it. And they came in like the black version of the Shield and decimated one white boy and a bunch of Samoans. Do I look like I'm mad seeing 3 black men? Yes, El Blanco is Afro and Latino. Let's not pretend like he's not. Beat up LA Knight, who I do love, and the Bloodline. I thought they were going to leave Solo and Knight alone. Oh, no, they whooped their asses, too. And you just see Royce Keys just direct the traffic. So Royce now has a click. They turned Royce heel. Or did... Okay, here's my question. Did Royce really turn heel? Or did the crowd just boo them? Because if the crowd was cheering, you'd be saying that he's a face. But he got booed. So I guarantee you, with that being said, I think with Triple H probably did what The Rock did a couple years back when The Rock came back. This is when he had hair. And he was talking to the fans, and the fans booed him. He said, "Oh, whoa. Y'all want to boo me? Oh, you want me to be a bad guy? Okay. Well, let's do that." And he about to do his little thing with the rider. And they'll say, like, no, he's like, no. You don't get to say it. It's cooking. Bye. Yeah. So let's not. That's what I think happened here. It wasn't that they came in as heels. It's the fans booed them as they was heels. So if the WWE is smart, his promo should be a heelish promo. But sometimes he's going to get cheered. And how this going to play into War Games. So, and I like that this happened because now we're changing up the Bloodline storyline. I thought we were going to get the same bullshit. Thank you. We got Solo not joining the family. Now we got, but they keep saying the Shield. They keep comparing them to the Shield. No, this is more like Nation Domination, motherfucker. Because they wore black. That's why y'all want to compare them to the Shield. Okay, let's look at it. The Shield, you had the three of the most dominant forces in pro wrestling right now. Moxley, let's keep it 100. Which we're going to get to him in a second. The man on the Indies, the man at AEW. Cornerstone right now at AEW. You have Seth Rollins and Roman, who are the cornerstones of the WWE. 1 and 2. If Mox was Dean Ambrose and still WWE, you'd be 1, 2, and 3. As much as I love Royce Keys, I don't see him being a main eventer that soon, that quick, or WrestleMania main eventer anytime. Them boys, Blanco, I don't know. Lucien, he got it, but I don't see them guys having the same impact as that of the Shield. But because you want to know why? They're not going to put them over on the Bloodline. I don't see them putting them over on Solo and your boy. So I'm curious about that in the first place. I'm like, okay, we want to see. And even the fact when, if you was really listening, saying, you didn't come to help me, motherfucker. You didn't run down there to stop this motherfucker. Pretty sure when we get the promo this coming Friday, that's what he's going to say. Now, Sammy broke up the championship match. Sammy interfered, took out both KO as well as CM Punk. So you can expect a three-way dance between these three. No, seriously, you can expect one. Because how else are they going to do this? How else is this going to go? I want you to think about it. How is this going to go? He interferes and break up the match. He attacks both men. They both going to come out looking for him. Now, we got Sunday night main event coming. Guaranteed that's going to be a match. If that's not a match on Sunday night main event, then, in my opinion, it's definitely going to happen at Money in the Bank. And Oba versus Braun Breaker. Breaker's the better promo. Let's just be honest. I love Oba. I love Oba. But can we be honest? Braun Breaker carried that promo. He carried that segment. Now, granted, Austin Theory got his ass handed to him. And he showed Breaker, yeah, bro, you ain't no breaking me. But the mic work was way better. It made you think, should Braun win this? Should Braun win this? And the realness of what Braun was saying, and so forth. And don't get twisted, I like Oba's answer and rebuttals, but it's just like if Braun Breaker, to me, he the one that made you want to watch the match, because now you want to see if Braun going to actually beat this dude. Because Braun said everything like, look, motherfucker, yeah, you came here, you got pushed. You did this, you did that, you get the big main event. I get hurt, I get forgotten. I said, you got your daddy over here. He even showed how much he's jealous of the fact that Oba has Paul Heyman's respect. And what's so cool is this is not only a fight that who's the future of the WWE, this is a fight over Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's in the middle of this shit. So, of course, he's probably the one that's producing it. And whenever he puts his hand on something, it's fucking gold. If Paul say, I want to work with you, you know you done something right in your life. And Oba and him, like people, Don Callis would love to be able to use the moniker Callis guy or Don guy. Paul's the only manager in history that he has a lineage of guys that was champions and legends. He's eclipsing Bobby the Brain Heenan. They're going to do a documentary documentary about the Paul Heyman guy. And if you look at diverse as fuck, if he touches you, that means you're great. And so that match is going to be about. I'm curious about that one. Very curious. And what are they doing with Cass? Seriously. You got him in a feud with Javon Evans. At the same time, Javon Evans in a feud with the Judgment Day. I mean, I get Cass. It's like this. I have no issue with Cass beating Javon Evans. I hated Javon Evans. They're taking their ass whooping because he's a giant. He has to be put over. But I would prefer if they have got him on a bigger person, a bigger target. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who is on the damn roster? Damn, they really ain't got nobody. Everybody. I just thought, like, wait a second. I'm seeing a big wait a second, dude. Chad Gate. Yeah, actually, why didn't they have him attack Chad Gable? Think about this. When Baron Corbin came back, they threw him against Trick Williams. He immediately went after the United States Championship. Now, I know a lot of people like, how the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Now, the way they did it was the smart way. I beat your ass, pitch you off the way you challenged me and you put the title on line. That's old school. That's old school thinking. That's the quickest way to jump the line to get a title shot is by attacking the champion and leaving him laid out. To where he is so mad that he wants you and he wants to get his revenge and he's willing to put the title on the line. I'll get the little Yachty in a second. We're getting a little Yachty in there because I'm going to tell you my thoughts on that one. Might surprise you. I would expect Cass to be thrown in with Shorty G. I'm calling him Shorty G, Chad Gable. Because he already has a title. Or what have you. I'm like, Javon Evans? So, and apparently Javon Evans ain't got no backup because he keep getting his ass whooped by not only him, but also Dominic Mysterio and the rest of them. So, now, if they're smart, take Cass out the picture. Americana El Grande comes to help Javon. So now you're correlating the beef that's going on with Dominic and El Grande with Triple Mania main event for the Mega Campeon title into a feud that's on Raw. Plus also Javon, who you done had down there and wrestled for the Cruiserweight title at one point. Now, I'm thinking that's what's about to happen because Javon Evans don't have nobody that has his back right now. And like I said, unless Chad Gable come and Americana El Grande, ooh. There'll be the perfect opportunity to put Americana El Grande with Chad Gable and Javon Evans against the Judgment Day and Big Cass. Big Cass ain't got to join the Judgment Day. He just like, look, I won't in on this ass whooping. Just a thought. Now, let's talk about Little Yachty wrestling Baron Corbin. I like the way they set it up. And now I've been hearing, and I heard, look, I'm not an insider. I don't even go to the events. I just go off of what these other news outlets say, or that might have popped up. That Little Yachty has been training a little bit. I remember watching I Show Speed, not the was it SummerSlam? Well, whatever. SummerSlam match. The match that he had after being trained by, Randy Orton. And trust me, he looked good. So I'm curious to see what Yachty's going to look like. I already know what's going to happen. The referee is going to be a ref bump. And Trick is going to come in, take his ass out with a trick shot or a trick in. I can't believe they called the book in the trick in. Oh, WWE, boy, y'all interested. The trick in, and he gets his title shot. Now, whether they're going to do it that same night, like right after, I don't know. But come on, man. Let's go. So, if I'm expecting Yachty to do, what's his name? Be like Logan Paul. No, Jake. What is it? Jake Paul? No, Logan Paul. Logan Paul? No. And Logan been training for a minute before he got his ass in the ring. I don't know how much training Little Yachty had done. And two, Logan is very athletic as fuck. Let's keep on him. For the shit that he pulls off, he's athletic as hell. I don't see Little Yachty being that athletic. He take bumps. But I don't see Little Yachty being athletic. It's kind of like Paul Housen. Paul Housen, he's not athletic, but because he's big and he's bulky, he can take a beating. He can give a beating. His shit is about beating the shit out of motherfucker. He ain't gonna do nothing off the top rope. I don't know if Little Yachty, it would shock the fuck out of me if Little Yachty do hurricanranas and shit. Okay, maybe I need to get in shape and try out. Talk to ASE. Hey, Darius, look. I'm a local celebrity to a certain extent. Put me in the ring. Hell no, I'm too old for that shit. My body will break quick. Chris Lehigh, you heard what Chris Lehigh said when he got out there, when he went and did that Rumble? He said he was sore for like 2 weeks. So man, and he's in way better shape than me. I'm just saying, he was in way better shape because he was able to still do some of his shit. I'm sorry. Some of them bumps is too much bump. I be a manager. I slide him the chain. I'm like, no, you cannot hit me. You can run me off. I run to the back. There you go. So, oh my God. Now, so I don't see much coming from that. And then of course I got okay, before I go to Cody and them, is Blake Monroe ever going to debut? You know something? Jordan Grace, we ain't seen her in now actually going on a year. Blake Monroe, we haven't seen her. So, and I heard the rumor being supposedly they gonna debut this for a title shot. I'm like, and it's funny as fuck because I truly believe that if Blake had stayed in AEW, she probably would have been the top girl in AEW. Actually, if you want to be technical about it, your Wembley Stadium main event would have probably been Mercedes Moné versus Blake Monroe. Smoke that over. The main event would have been Blake Monroe versus, it doesn't matter who got the title. That would have been the main event. Now, am I glad Willow was in it, but also Willow about to take this loss? Spoiler! For later on. Yeah, I already gave you away one, goddamn. You know, I ain't gonna give away the others. But Blake Monroe has not been seen. It's like, and Jordan Grace. Because like with Jordan Grace, you had her going against Jade Carter. And after she lost every time, we haven't seen them. I miss my 60 pint size powerhouse. I'm sorry, it just certain people, in my opinion, are better on the indies in AEW, TNA, NWA than they would be in WWE. Not because WWE ain't going to use them. Think about this. You have Julia. Sarah McKill was the only one that had the opportunity to go to AEW and came to WWE. Trust me, didn't no one expect Stephanie McKill to be where she's at. It was Julia that everybody was touting. Y'all know I done talked about that, so I don't need to even go back down that road. So Jordan, we hadn't seen Jordan Blake, we ain't seen ever. And Blake Monroe, nothing. It's not a vignette. Ain't Taylor Paxley? Oh, yeah. Hold on. She one step away from the main event. Hold on. Jordan, excuse me. Jason James. Yeah, she should be the United States champion. Damn near feel that she might could be the world champion. Chelsea Green. Once she get her eye ready, I would like for her to hold the time a little bit longer. What, you said 30 days? What, that's how long it is before Rhea's gonna be clear? She ain't gonna get a title defense before then? Ryan Garvin at least defended the title a couple of times before he dropped it to Rick again after 30 days. But y'all gonna do the Tyler Rich. The only difference is Tyler Rich had 7 days. Y'all gave her 30. So I'm so it's crazy as shit because like I said, Jordan Grace, y'all, they ain't even use her. I'm like, damn. But Tatum Paxley, she came up. Oh shit. She had a match against Meechin and won. I told you, Tatum will be world champ by next WrestleMania. Actually, do not be surprised if she the one that gets the Money in the Bank. It's either her or Roxanne Perez. Either her or Roxanne Perez. But it wouldn't surprise me if Tatum Paxley gets the Money in the Bank. So that's enough on it. Well, I'm sorry. I forgot. Interesting how Nick Aldis set up Randy Orton and Cody. Even y'all will not challenge. As long as I'm here, y'all will not challenge for a world title. So they can't touch each other. But if they do, they will never challenge for a world title ever again in WWE. Sound familiar, don't it? Sound familiar. He might well have said that. If y'all touch each other, you will never challenge for a world title as long as you are in the WWE. It wouldn't surprise me one day that WWE actually adopt that. I'm curious. So, but anyway, interesting that he mentioned about the world title. So you can expect the winner of this will be challenged for the world title. And it's probably going to be Randy. When you keep hearing him mention how many times this guy been champ, he keeps mentioning how many times he been champ. He's going to become champ at some point. He's going to become champ at some point. That is for certain. So, and because we've seen Cody and Punk, we need to see Randy and Punk. Then, of course, Cody come back around and he regains the title. Cody will have 1 or 2 title reigns every year. Just expect it. Don't be mad about it. I know y'all going to complain after a while. Because I know that's what us wrestling fans do. We complain about, John Cena. Oh, John Cena, LOL. We complain about Roman. You going to complain about, yeah. Get ready to complain about Cody. Cody's going to keep one of them belts. Is going to be his. Guaranteed, he's probably going to jump to Raw and at some point become the World Heavyweight Champion. I'm just saying. And so, and let's see what else happened. Oh, who's going to lose to Roman tournament? That's what it is. They just keep it 100. Hey, damn, one of them motherfuckers beat Roman. It's a waste of a match, actually. I'll be real with you. You couldn't just, if you wanted Penta versus Roman, you couldn't just set up a storyline for Penta to get a title shot at Roman without him having to go through a bunch of luchadors to do it. We know y'all never going to have Parker ever on the main roster ever again. He'll be on NXT at best. The ones that mostly won was your WWE luchadors. If you really wanted it, you could have just had one of the AAA only. Now, I'm pretty sure they would have been, Vikingo, no. I'm trying to think of who it could have been other than Penta. Oh yeah, by the way, y'all not gonna put the AAA title on Penta? Actually, I wouldn't prefer it would not, because if it's doing Triple Mania, if it's doing Triple Mania, then I see why they didn't do El Grande. Through knowing Undertaker and Conan, you want your challenger to look strong. You don't want to see him take too many losses because they'll kill his mystique. So okay, I understand that part, but y'all having a tournament for someone just to lose to Roman. And you're gonna have what, 3-week build? A 3-week build for this. So Roman not only got to build that match, but probably when the hell is War Games? War Games before that? I think War Games before that, also War Games. Because I'm pretty sure when Roman come back next week, he got to address what happened with the Hood Shield. I mean, what would be the Hood equivalent of the Shield? Hubcaps? I don't know. No. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. The gang. The key. Hold on. What would be a good name for them? Because his Royce Keys the leader. OTM, they out the mud, but I wouldn't say Bloody Keys because because they might not even be blood. It would be something like the Key Locks. Yeah. I'm curious what's gonna be the name of that crew, man. That's what I'm waiting for. That was fuck up. So yeah. Now, enough about them. Let's go to NXT Heatwave. Now, NXT, their go home show was interesting. The summit at the end. Okay. I told you how I felt about Zilla Fatu. I knew they were going to throw him straight into the world title mix. It's safe to say that he's probably going to win, but we'll get to that prediction. I'll break that down. But I like the hello because I see that he's trying to be like the other Usos, each of them yeet, yada, I mean, and Solo, pew, pew. Here's the warning shot. Pew, pew. I love Solo. I'm sorry. He's my favorite wrestler right there. But this Sunday at 3 o'clock, we're going to have a very interesting pay-per-view. This is going to be on ESPN as well as CW. I don't think it's going to be on the CW app, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have it on ESPN. Because I do remember they did mention that all NXT stuff will be shown on ESPN and of course CW. I still say at some point when this contract is up with CW, NXT probably will end up on ESPN if they extend the contract. Anyway, We'll start at the bottom of the card and work our way up. All right. First, we begin with Jada Parker versus Natty. Oh no, we about to pull this up. Hold on. I love the aesthetics. And Natty. And a submission match. Now, actually, they had the best promo talk segment of the night. Jada's always good on the mic, and Natty is great on the mic. Jada's gonna win this. It makes no sense and it makes no purpose for Natty to win the match, because if you kind of heard it, Natty is getting Jada to be that bitch. So whether she goes to the main roster or she goes after the women's title. Now, me personally, I think she might go after the North American title first. Depending upon what happens with this three-way. But I just see Jada winning. The question is, what would be the submission hold that she used? And it's actually, I'm sorry, this is going to be a good match to start it off. I'm going to keep 100. So, my prediction, Jada Parker. Next up, we're just talking about it. Funny how the women's matches is like back to back to start off. This is their unification match because they are right now letting go of the speed title. Now, I don't know if they're going to do the same for the men, but for the women's, they're getting rid of it. The reason why I believe because it is they want to have one secondary title for the women. I'm pretty sure at some point there'll be a unification between the North American title and the speed title with Lexus King, and whoever the men's North American champion will be. But anyway, this will be Zarya, the champion, defending against Lynn Sinclair, who is the speed champion, against Kelly Armstrong, who was added to the match after defeating Zarya this past Wednesday. Yeah. Nah, Zarya gonna win. Ren Sinclair is gonna take the pin. It's not gonna be Kelly. Kelly's not gonna take the pin. Because I see Zarya and Kelly Armstrong continuing the beef for the title. And not only because one, the match they had was good. Two, Callie beat her one-on-one. So if it was for the title, she would have been champ. So it gives Callie an automatic reason to challenge Zarya for the title after this match and continue their beef. Plus, it makes sense for Ren to take the pin. So Zarya gets the win, and it's going to be Ren Sinclair that takes the pin. Yeah. Next up, now this is funny because this actually, I'm predicting that this is going to be back-to-back. Matt Bourne and Tavion Heights is going to defend the NXT tag titles against Swipe Right. This is hard. Well, my gut says Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights loses the title. I'm smelling Tavion Heights turning and taking out Miles Bourne at the end of the match for some apparent reason. Because Tavion really wants to hold gold. He really wants to be a champion. So he gets the tag titles, first title defense. They lose. Tavion go ballistics, takes out Miles Bourne, which opens up the next match. Miles Bourne is defeated by Jackson Drake, and it doesn't take long. Why do I feel this is going to happen? First of all, you can see the matches are back-to-back. So that means that he's going to have to wrestle back-to-back. It's not going to be he has a tag match, and then he has to wait. Then he gets rest for 2 matches before he goes against Jackson Drake. Plus, I put money on it that Jackson's going to be like, no, I want our match now. Get a referee. No. 2, they believe too much in the Vanity Project. The Vanity Project is the actual tag team. There's no purpose for Tavion Heights and Miles Bourne to be tag champs. Plus, you set it up to where they had to defend the tag titles, and Miles Bourne had to defend the North American title. Usually when that happens in wrestling history, the double champion loses both. Whether it's by injury or by pinfall. If you don't believe it, ask Willow. Willow was the tag champs. She also was the TBA champ. She had to defend both titles. Guess what? She lost the tag titles, and then she was hurt and had to give her TBS title. But eventually she won the AEW Women's Championship. But that's a conversation for another day. So, like I said, I don't see the booking logic for Matt Bourne to win both matches. Now, let's say understand this. Matt Bourne is losing both the tag titles and the North American title. But it wouldn't surprise me that they lose the tag titles, but Matt Bourne retains the North American Championship. And the other reason why I believe that they're losing both belts, when the last time you had a male heel clique in NXT hold all the gold, if not 2 of the most important? Think about it. Last time we had that Undisputed Era or the Undisputed, wherever they call themselves in WWE at the time. They had the tag titles, and your boy had he had the world title, NXT Championship. The Vanity Project would benefit with the North American title being on Jackson Drake, my nephew. It is not a bias anyway, because I like Miles Bourne a whole lot. Tavion Heights, I like him too, but no, Miles Bourne is that dude. I'm sorry. Look, I told you he's Randy Orton Jr. Wouldn't surprise me, he the one to retire Randy Orton. But the only thing it would shock me if they win both matches. But if Miles Bourne come away with a title, it's going to be the North American title, but I don't see him. Vanity Project, clean sweep, back to back. So there you go. Now, we have the Women's Championship. Kendall Gray versus Kamani Jordan. I thought about this one a lot. You got Kendall Gray, who they've been pushing. Damn near want to throw her ass in the big roster, damn near. She's been the Evolve champion. She came in, it didn't take her long to become the NXT Women's Champion. Then we have Kalani Jordan, the standout. She calls herself the one shot. Why? Because the TNA championship, she won it first time she went after it. The North American, she was the first women's North American champion. They've been doing this storyline that she's been complaining that she ain't been getting a title shot. That if she get a title shot, she will win it. Should Kendall Gray retain? I'm looking at, okay, who's next up? Kendall Gray, who will be her next opponent? Because I'm pretty sure they're going to have Callie with Zarya. I don't see Lizzie Rain. I don't see Izzy Dane. It would be compelling if it was actually Ren Sinclair, who, after, say, Kendall Gray wins, Ren Sinclair attacks Kendall Gray and just decimates him. But you're burying Kalani Jordan because this is her first shot at the title. And she's been saying, I just need one shot. I just need one shot. So, my guess is simply this. I think Kalani Jordan wins. I think what ends up happening is either Ren Sinclair makes a mistake and costs Kendall Gray the match, because I don't see Kalani winning the match clean. That will blow my fucking noodle if she wins it clean. It will blow my fucking noodle if she wins this bitch clean. Now, what I mean clean is no outside interference. Now, her putting her legs on the ropes, pulling tights, maybe a ref bump if she hits her with the belt. I give her that. But I see either Ren Sinclair turns tonight or she turns to the next show. Or it's Kendall Gray to turn. One of them going to turn heel. You know what they say? Best friends, better enemies. But in my heart of hearts, I think this is the moment they're going to give Kalani Jordan the title. I mean, Kendall Gray had the title. Plus, she got a plausible out because of the injury to her ear. So Kalani could easily take advantage of that. Situation where she pulls the ring, what they call it, the thing off the ring, the ring pad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the corner pad, and she does something and she throws into it. You know, I just feel that Kalani is going to win the match. You know what I'm saying? I see Kalani winning it. So if Kendall Gray retains, Ren Sinclair about to become champ. Either that or Jada Parker. Now, if Kalani wins, as I predict, I hope Jada Parker's not the first contender. I'm like, look, I don't want her to sniff that title unless she's going to win it. What's the fucking point? You know, Kalani had actually the longest tenure. They're actually the longest tenure ones there right now. When I think about it. Damn, yeah, actually. You know what I'm saying? So I'm calling it. I've been Kalani. Now let's get to the main event. Grayson Waller, Cruz Montana. Hello, Zilla Fatu versus the champ, Tony D'Angelo. In a fatal four-way. Instinct says Zilla wins. Because his bloodline, the way that he came in, the hype that he has coming in and so forth. Plus, Tony D'Angelo has had a decent title run, or what have you. You could go Cruz Montana because he came in same way, coming in after the champion. Him and Grayson Waller had a match. Zilla broke that up. And technically he had Grayson Waller beat. Grayson Waller come, of course, then you can say Grayson Waller. You can say Grayson Waller being champion now because he's the only heel in this dynamic. He's the only heel in this dynamic, ladies and gentlemen. So that right there alone speaks volumes. So the question that I pose, do they want a heel champion? They brought Grayson Waller back. A lot of times when they bring somebody back to NXT, it's to rebuild them and they eventually become champ or they become champ. Think about when they brought back Finn Balor. He became NXT champ again. Charlotte Flair came back. She became champ. Now, granted, Grayson Waller ain't wanted ever at the top of the card. It's more to rehabilitate him. But there you go. Now, the other part is this version of NXT, we haven't seen anyone just come in and win the belt. Think about it. Naraku challenged Tony. Tony retained. Ricky Saints, when he came in, he didn't go straight for the world title. No, wait a second. No, Ethan Page won on his first try, and he was damn near fresh into NXT. So, but who I think gonna win? I think gonna be Zilla. It like this. Zilla, yes. But if I had to put me on someone else, it would be Tony retains. Because one, Cruz, if he gets the belt, it's gonna be down the line. They're gonna do him like they did Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry didn't get the NXT title straight coming in. Tony D'Angelo, because he is the last of that crew. He's been having a good title run. Plus, do you want him? They can stand him. Me personally, if it don't go to Zilla, I don't want it to come off of Tony. I like Tony as champ. I like his promos. I like his demeanor. I like this version of Tony D'Angelo. Not the Mafia boss, not the Don. No, this version. But, hello? Zilla about to win this bitch. He comes out. It's kind of like he's Booker's boy. He's bloodline. They brought him in immediately into the title picture. He just didn't sign a contract. He immediately was put into the title picture. One, so this Fatal 4-Way will be popping because they thinking that, they're going to counter program AEW's All In with this main event. I'm going to bring this in for a second. Hold on. WWE TKO. You do realize that we are in the modern age of America history, especially in America, where and in many countries where I can watch TV, be on my laptop, text on my phone at the same goddamn time. So what the fuck makes you think? Which I am not mad, because that means I get to watch NXT and All In, because I don't know what time All In starts. Let me see. What time All In starts? Let's see. Okay. Because it's over in England. So I don't know what time that is over there. Yeah, hold on. What time it starts? I'm about to get there in a second. Hold on. Because I think it's during the day. I think actually it is during the time. Hold on. When does All In start? Wait a second. When does... Yeah, there we go. Sunday at 1 p.m. No, actually begins 1 p.m. So 10 a.m. doors open. 11:30 is the pre-show. The main event is at 1 p.m. And if the extended time is 5 p.m. Okay. Now back to my point. You do realize that I'm going to have, I'm not the only one, AEW on the big screen. I'm going to have AEW on the big screen. I didn't pay for it. On my computer, I have ESPN watching NXT at the same time. If I bought the pay-per-view, you think I'm going to forego watching the pay-per-view to watch NXT? I'm going to be real with you. You might have motherfuckers in the stadium watching NXT at the same time watching this shit live and probably paying more attention to that shit. But thank you for having both at the same time. And the Mexican show, AAA, they got a show. So I'm loving it. It's going to be a wonderful Sunday for me. Thank you. I want to applaud WWE But thinking that they're actually going to kind of program something that's going down in another part of the goddamn world. Excuse me, I have to give y'all yeah. That's interesting. So that's my predictions for NXT Heatwave. So now let's move on to AEW All in London, people. And hold on, let me see where it's going to be at Wembley Stadium. Is it Wembley Stadium? Is that right? Sure. Yeah, they're gonna be at Wembley Stadium. Okay. I don't know how many ticket sales. I don't really give a good goddamn to begin with, so get over it. And trust and believe, y'all kiss my ass. How about that? Because they ain't got enough tickets. They sell out Wembley. Motherfucker, they sold majority of Wembley. Your point. Y'all be wanting to have the wrong type of arguments when it comes to certain shit. I'm like, yes, SummerSlam, WWE did not break any records that weekend. But still, look how many motherfuckers showed up. I bet Enjoy Wrestling wish they had that many people show up to their event. And they still be around and I can watch more of them. So it starts at 1:00. So this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be up early eating breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Me and Mother Mill, you know what I'm saying, gonna be watching the jump, And it starts with the Casino Trios Royale Roulette. Now, am I correct? What that is? Heyman them came out and said they're challenging all trios to try to take the belts. So I don't know how they're doing it because let me see. Hold on, where is this? Hold on, let me see. Gauntlet match referred to a turmoil match, quick series one fall, one-on-one matches, 2 wrestlers begin the match and replace whenever one is eliminated. Pinfall. Okay then. I had to make sure that I was understanding what this is. All right. This is basically a gauntlet match. It's no different than the Casino Gauntlet. The only difference with the Casino Gauntlet match is that whoever gets the pin wins. So there you go. But anyway, this is once one team wins, the next team comes out. So they have to survive a gauntlet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trios champions. This is supposed to take place in the pregame. So the champions is Heyman, Adam Page, and Brodito, which is Bandito and Brody King. We have to defend the title against the Bang Bang Gang, the Conglomeration, which this version will be Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. When we talk the Bang Bang Gang, Jane White, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn. All right. The Death Riders, which would be Claudio Castagnoli, Pac and Willa Yuta versus the Demand with Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona versus the Dogs, which would be David Finlay, Clark Connors, a Gabe Kidd, and the wild card entrants. Now, it's been rumored that my boy, Swerve Strickland, supposed to be entering himself and two other people into this fray. He may end the window into it when a couple weeks ago it was a promo where he came to confront the you know what I'm saying, Brodito and Hangman. Then the boys came out and the Demand and the Lethal Swirl and talked shit to him, Swerve, and told Swerve, you know, this is a trios thing. It's only one of you. So he did a promo and he said, he did another segment where he said, hey, I might have to find me two partners and join this. Then you saw another promo where he said, don't say that you want any trios that got the balls to show up unless you really mean it. Now, we know that the New Day supposed to be coming. Make perfect sense for them to show up all in. Now, I know some people saying, why the pre-show? Some people say, well, you should have them a part of the main card. And why should it be a part of the pre-show? And you know, especially how big they are. And let me sip my drink. Where? Y'all gonna complain. Let's say if it was no New Day, right? Y'all gonna bitch and complain about this motherfucking match, especially if it was during the show. This match is actually made for the New Day to be brought in. Plus, also, for all you motherfuckers that said that they supposed to get rid of the trios division, what the point of having it? This is a deep-ass trios division. Y'all don't want to admit that. This is a deep-ass six-man tag, trios, whatever you want to call it, division. 2, it sets the tone for the pay-per-view. And, yeah, it probably might get some motherfuckers who want to buy in. They ain't bought in yet. Or even better, they'll have to subscribe to HBO Max or pull it up on their Prime and get the extension and pay the $39.99. So, yeah, if it gets some more buys, why not? Plus, where are you going to put them on the card? You know how fucking stacked this goddamn card is? You know how stacked this fucking card is? So, yeah. Now, I'm going to go to a match of importance here. We go down. We have the three-way match. Oh, who's going to win? Yeah, good point. You already know New Day and fucking Swerve winning. Because this is going to set up the New Day and Swerve beefing with Brodito, and Hangman. Because of money, anything that involves Hangman and Swerve in a feud is money. All right. Then we go to the three-way match for the AEW International Championship, as it's going to be Kyle Fletcher defending against Kensuke Takeshita and Okada. Man, what the fuck? I don't feel like saying the damn name fully. This is it's so many ways this could go. Storyline wise, if you want Okada and Fletcher to beef, it would make sense for Okada to win the title again. Or Fletcher retains, but he pins Okada to do so. But I predicted Takeshita regains the international title. One, he dropped the international title before he went on the G1. Two, it would make sense for him to win the title back to deepen the divide within the Podcast family, especially between Okada and Fletcher. Because Fletcher's going to have the match won, and Okada is going to break it up. And because of the discourse between the two, Takeshita gets his whatchamacallit. So there you go. Next up, Falls Count Anywhere match for the AEW TNT Championship. Kevin Knight defends against Darby Allin. Made it short and sweet. Darby wins. Come on. This is Darby type match. This is all in. After what the fuck happened to his ass the last show, it makes sense for Darby to win this. So, plus the blistering run that he had with the world title, I would love to see him do that with the TNT title. I would love to see him have matches, you know what I'm saying, and the feud or what have you. Even to the point, I'm curious to see who's gonna challenge afterwards. But I see Kevin Knight lose. I don't see how Kevin retains unless it's by some type of, even with outside interference. I don't see Darby losing. There you go. All right. The women's tag titles will be on the line as Divine Dominion, Megan Bayley and Cross defends the title against the Brawling Birds. Alex Windsor, Jamie Hayter, give me a fucking break. What a great husband and wife moment if both Alex Windsor and her husband hoist titles. Come on. Both these ladies from England. The Divine Dominion, the double D's, and they got some nice ones. Then had a nice, good, strong title run. The only team I could see that actually could probably beat them would be the Brawling Birds. So it makes sense for the Brawling Birds to win. I see them winning the tag titles in England. Now, this one was a hard one. I had a lot of thought on this one. This is for the Continental Cup Finals, AEW Continental Championship. Jon Moxley versus Nigel McGuinness. If Nigel McGuinness wins this match, that means that he will have to defend the Continental title, which means that he ultimately ends his tenure for a second as a commentator because he would have to defend the title. I haven't heard any chatter that He's back in wrestling. He's looking to get back in wrestling. I think part of the reason why he was placed in this tournament and even made it to the finals was because they want him to have a moment in Wembley Stadium. He's from England. He never had an opportunity to wrestle in Wembley Stadium. So I supposed to believe they're going to let Nigel McGuinness have probably one of the greatest underdog runs in a wrestling tournament in history. Because be realistic, won't nobody expecting Nigel McGuinness to fucking make it to the finals, let alone if anything, we figured he'll make it to Glasgow. He'll make it to Scotland. And then he'll lose. I told you, I said I was thinking Kyle O'Reilly versus Moxley. Kyle O'Reilly gets his win and he becomes the international champion. Moxley wins in a great match, might be match of the night. And he wins the cup and he retains the Continental Championship. I would be completely fucking shocked. And I'm not even going front. I wish y'all could record. I wish somebody could record my fucking no. If Nigel McGuinness wins, I will go on Twitter. I will drop videos of social media showing my fucking shocked face that Nigel McGuinness actually won this, which means that we will get more of Nigel McGuinness wrestling because unless you're gonna have a. Can you imagine the uproar of Nigel McGuinness winning the AEW Continental Championship against Moxley? But Moxley wins. Unless Nigel McGuinness is going to take time away from the announcer booth and get in the ring to defend that title at least twice, and they really want to have that kind of a good feel-good moment, then yeah, I see Nigel winning. But in my opinion, no. It's going to be so much of a good of a match that they're going to think that he's going to win, but because who John is. But John is going to win. And retain the Continental Championship and win the cup. Next up is a Casino Gauntlet match. Andrade El Idolo will start off with MJF. I know Tommaso Ciampa going to be in it. I know Mark Davis said he announced he's going to be in it. Chris Jericho announced he's going to be in it. It's no telling what. Wouldn't surprise me if the Hurt Business be in it, yada, 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 yada. Okay. Am I going to take MJF or the Field? It has to be MJF that wins. Okay. This is the reason why I say that. He's walking around with the Triple B. He's saying that he's the real world champion. Certain guys is going to stay around the world title. MJF is that guy. I remember when I saw the documentary about Jeff Jarrett holding the TNA title so much. I had no issue with him being champ that many times, 10 times. Had no issue with Vern Gagne being champ many times. He was for AWA. The reason why, because that is like Rick. If you can't see Rick without the belt. Plus, the match everybody really wanted was MJF versus Kenny Omega. Excuse me, MJF versus Will Ospreay. Don't get it twisted. The reason why they put this Kenny Omega and Ospreay together because what these two motherfuckers can do in the ring is why they did this match. But if you're talking about money match, nuclear heat, MJF, Ospreay. But I don't see how MJF don't walk away with this. Because I don't, okay, let's look at the candidates. The question you have to ask is who's the next guy up after who the main event? Because Jungle Boy. I don't see Jungle Boy winning it. He's going to be in this. That is guaranteed. It ain't been announced, but because you still got Collision coming up Saturday. So you're going to have a lot of people going to announce on Collision. Damn, boy, I gave y'all 2 hours. I don't see Jungle Boy. I don't see Tommaso Ciampa. I don't see Mark David. I don't see Jericho. Of course, Speedball, Mike Bailey probably going to be a part of it. If there are any surprises, it would shock me if it's Malachi Black back in AEW because I things that I heard from other podcasters. Nick Wayne definitely going to be in the gauntlet, but I don't see him winning. If there's anybody other than MJF, it would have to be someone that they brought in. Like, for example, if Ilya Dragunov is in this shit, because he has been released, he will be the one that wins the contract. He's the one that's going to win the casino. Because you're talking about Ilya Dragunov versus Will Ospreay. Ilya Dragunov versus Kenny Omega. We also know what Sheamus changed his name, grew his beard out a little bit more. He due to show up somewhere. I'm just saying. But if Ilya Dragunov shows the fuck up in this goddamn casino gauntlet, I guarantee you he's winning that bitch. But other than that, MJF is going to win it again. The reason why I say I don't see Andrade, now, we haven't had Andrade and him have a one-on-one match yet. But do I take the field over MJF? Yeah, but my prediction is I think MJ. Yeah, it just, like I said, it made it. My gut just say MJF going to win this shit. Because the next money match is MJF and Ospreay, which brings me to the main event. Yes, I just gave you who I think going to win. Ospreay is beating the shit out of Kenny Omega. It's probably going to be the match tonight. Probably match the fucking damn year. Dave Meltzer's probably going to give it so many stars that it's going to piss off the whole IWC, including, I guarantee you, Jim Cornette going to do about 3 or 4 videos about the stars, the rating system. I am looking forward to watching this match. This is part of the reason why I bought the goddamn pay-per-view in the first place, so I can watch Kenny Omega, so I can watch this. Yeah. That's why I got it. That's why I got it. That pay-per-view. Yes, you got them right. I got it. So guess what? I will be watching that big Sunday. It's going to be a good match. Probably wouldn't surprise me that both men are bleeding. Yeah, there will be blood. So yeah, Ospreay will win the AEW World Title. Wins are going to come down there with her homegirl. They're going to hoist the women's tag titles. So I don't know what's going to happen with Kenny after this. Also, I forgot. The tag titles, Cope and Christian versus the Young Bucks. Cope and Christian retains. There's no need for the Young Bucks to have a title right now. And it makes the most sense for Cope and Christian because I don't see where the Young Bucks win that match. It's gonna be a good match, but I don't see the Young Bucks winning. So yeah, I forgot all about Cope and Christian. I was about to shut off and like, damn it, I forgot. Yeah, Cope and Christian retains. It's gonna be a good match, and like I said, Ospreay retains. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Omega and the Young Bucks after this. If I'm correct, it should be them going after the Don Callis family. I'm curious to see what's going to be the fallout when it comes to after whoever, especially now with Protocada. I'm curious to see how they're going to fall. Also, tension between, y'all forgot, Kyle and Kevin Knight. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of tension within the Don Callis family. Plus, on top of that, is the Death Riders going to come after Ospreay? We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. Now, I do remember Ali and Ali Davis and Wrestle Talk and I love Wrestle Talk, Ali and Dan Latham and that one, the bald head one, DAD, you know what I'm saying? Said, should Omega lose? If you really want England to hate you, yeah, go ahead. But yeah, I'm not even gonna front the last talk segment. Man, that's the best heard when it comes to Kenny Omega, man. That promo was fire. One of the best promos I've heard. You know what I'm saying? To keep it 100. But yeah, look, I'm done. I can't talk about it no more. What have I'm not. I'm not even going to talk about NWA. We'll discuss NWA. I discuss NWA. I discuss Evolve. Really, nothing major happened on Evolve. Really. We did finally on NWA. We did finally have the imploding of the Southern 65. Did have the match. Thriller Billy won. I'm expecting Alex Taylor and Kenny Kerry Morton to beef moving forward. And Carson Drake is now the number one contender. It's me. It's Carson Drake. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, MLW. I'll give you a little bit of MLW. I watch MLW. No, I'm just going through it real quick. Lockdown just went down for TNA. The Namath Boys are now the tag champions. They won their match. My girl, her fine ass, Carol Hogan is back at TNA. She tagged with Allie, and they retained the tag titles. Zaya Brookside, she's a beast. Atlanta Black got busted over. I was shook when I saw the stuff on YouTube. And she retained the Knockouts title. When we hear drop the ball, the term drop the ball, yeah, WWE dropped the ball on Zaya Brookside. They really she's that deal. Leon Slater won the exhibition title, as I mentioned earlier, and he cashed it in for option C. Are we going to see Leon Slater become the youngest TNA World Heavyweight Champion? So, yeah. So, that's just some of the stuff that came out of there. MLW, we still saw Barry Corbin. Excuse me. Okay, I got to ask a question. Can we have a real conversation? How many, which one I'm looking for? How many episodes did they record with Bishop Drive? No, seriously, how many episodes did they record with this motherfucker? He was there again. Now they're setting up with Matt Bishop, I think his name, Bishop, to go after Killer Ross. And the Opera Cup is now coming up. So I think they announced who's supposed to be in the Opera Cup for that. So MLW, they got some stuff. Put my man Colzone. He's actually got his, well, he found in one of the episodes, he found Teddy Long laid out. The Gallus boys, Glasgow boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they claimed to have done what they did. And guess what? Colzone got their eyes on. So I expect a match between him and Dave. What's his damn name? I can't remember their names. Anyway, yeah. So, and like I said, I've been seeing Manny a lot. Could we be seeing Manny more? Maybe even challenge for the middleweight title? I'm just saying. So, yeah, I'm done. I gave y'all enough wrestling shit. So, look, I'm out. Please don't forget about the other parts of the STO Podcast family. First of all, that QR code right there, only for the grown and sexy. That means you have to be 18 and up. You will have to show your ID to even get in there. So guess what? You better be grown and got your own shit for you to go to the place where the conversation gets saucier. Titties pop out, dildos might pop out. You'll know what pop off unless you subscribe to Risque Side of STO Podcast Family. Talking about loyal fans. 5 beautiful podcasts for you to enjoy, plus special event episodes such as Project Content House, as well as the VIP Smoke Room, where if you join the Premium Smoke Room, you get to submit questions when I announce when I'm having a VIP Smoke Room for the ladies to answer. And plus, you get to see them shake their ass to some music. So there you go. And plus, you know, if you're into that adult film shit, I got some stuff. You can see my work as I give ladies dope work because, yeah, Big D grow in the Big D, Durham, North Carolina, the sticks, baby. So there you go. Also, don't forget about the flagship of the STO Podcast Family. Smoke This Over, the Smokers Lounge, people. I drop episodes Tuesday, Friday, if I'm able to do a Bonus Smoke Friday, you know, what have you. And some episodes I'm by myself, some episodes I got a, you know what I'm saying, a special guest or what have you. So there you go. So either way, please just subscribe to The Smoke. Yeah, it's great content. Ain't gonna kill your pockets, you know what I'm saying? And all that. So there you go. So next week I'll be back to tell you what I think about Heatwave as well as what went down at AEW All Out. Plus, I'm going to preview This Is It, ASE Wrestling. I'm thinking about maybe doing 2 episodes a week. Maybe. I'm thinking on it. That don't mean I will do it. Let me know if y'all want that. So, and like I said, I'm going to be posting the link on my social media to where you can now listen to the Pro Wrestling Smoke online because it's not with the. Don't go to STO the Smokers Lounge. This is now separate. This is a totally different podcast now. It's part of STO Podcast Family, but it's a separate podcast. That means you ain't got to sift through all of the Smokers Lounge stuff to find pro wrestling stuff. You feel me? So with that being said, life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. We out.